Hello there watchy people, how's it going? Welcome along to another video. Now I told a little lie, I didn't realise that I told it, but I said the next video was going to be assembling the watch from AliExpress. Then I thought to myself, actually this ought to be like a step-by-step thing really, showing like the whole journey. And I figure step one is actually a bit simpler than assembling a watch from parts. It's something really basic, like changing a battery. You may have noticed on my first video that this Timex Expedition from back in the day has a dead battery. So let's change it, shall we? So the first step is going to be removing the strap, which, because this is a NATO strap, is actually really nice and easy. You just unthread it from there and then you can pull it all the way through one side and then the other. You don't even have to remove the spring bars. Next up, we need to decide what size screwdriver to use. I think that one, yeah, that seems good. So I'll put that into my multi-tool. If I end up doing a lot more watch stuff, which hopefully I will, then I will invest in some proper watch screwdrivers. Right, there we go. There's one screw. We need to give this thing a clean while it's out as well. There we go. Okay, now we can remove the back. Lovely. We'll take out the gasket if we can. I don't know how easy that's going to be, to be honest. There we go. That is a very old gasket. I would replace it, but I don't have one, so it still feels kind of supple. So for now, we will just lubricate it and put it back. Maybe we'll get a new one in future. I mean, it's a cheap watch, so it's not really the end of the world. So it's a 2016 cell, as you can see on the back. Nice big one. So let's see if we got one. I recently was given a load of my dad's old watches. They were also fairly cheap quartz watches, and so I bought a whole load of different types of battery to go in them. So I should have a 2016 spare, I think. There we go. We have a spare 2016. Very simply, remove the cat hair from it. Drop it back in. Lovely. It doesn't want to stay in, so I think it needs to have the back on the watch to hold it in. So let's lubricate the gasket. There we go. That back into its groove. There it goes. That looks good. Not quite in some places, is it? There we go. I think that's in now. A little bit on that side. Expect the watch back will press that in, and then top is towards me, so we'll pop it back on in the correct orientation. Lovely. And drop the screws in. Be careful not to over tighten these. Tempting to just really hammer them down, but the feeling they're just going into plastic, so you don't want to strip out the threads. There we go. Right, now we need to give this a bit of a clean, don't we? I I don't really know what's going to be best to clean this, so I'm going to give it a try with just some water on a bit of cloth. I think that will probably go a long way, actually. I'm guessing. Oh, look at that. That's coming right off. Beautiful. And a little bit of tissue paper to dry it all off with. Look at that. That looks like a new case back just with some water. That's fantastic. Okay, so I found that when I replaced the battery, it wasn't running. So all I did was open it up again, had a bit of a look, and I couldn't see anything obviously wrong, but I thought maybe the battery's just not making contact properly. So I checked that this contact here, around the edge, was bent inwards enough to be definitely making contact with the edge, and I checked that this contact here was pushed up enough so that it was touching the face of the battery. And then when you hold it in place properly, like so, turn it over, and the watch is now ticking again. So beautiful. I'm really pleased about that. I had a bit of a gut punch when it didn't work, and I was actually honestly a little upset, because although this is a really cheap, nasty watch in terms of like financial and collectors and stuff, this is one of my first watches that I properly bought myself that I really like. So I was a little bit concerned that it wasn't working. And there we go. Now, stop ticking again. Balls. Why are you not working? So I've had this apart a few times now, and I didn't know what was going on. It would go from anything between like 10 and 30 seconds, and then it would stop, and the second hand would like jump back a bit. And I could not figure it out. I took it apart, put it back together, took it apart, put it back together. Like I say, I'm brand new to getting inside of watches, so I have no idea what I'm looking for. I messed with the battery terminals a little bit, didn't seem to make any difference. And then the only thing I did different, and I can't tell you whether this fixed it or not, but I pulled out the crown and pushed it back in again for setting the time, and it seems to be fine since then. So I don't know whether that's what did it, or whether I did something else. I nudged something or dislodged a bit of dirt or something. I do not know. But anyway, it seems to be running now. So I'm going to leave it until tomorrow and see if it's still going strong. I've also noticed whilst looking at it, I mean, I knew anyway, but because I've been looking at it a lot, I'm now like looking at all these scratches on the crystal. It's really like, it is reflective. You can see it reflects the light okay, but it's not like nice and clear. So I've ordered a tube of Polywatch, which will arrive tomorrow, and yeah, if the thing's still working and it's worth doing, I will have a go at polishing that. Obviously I'm not gonna, I mean there's a couple of marks down the bottom that are really deep. I don't know whether I'll be able to get those out or not. I did also order some sanding sticks, which I might be able to use to get those out. I don't know, it depends. I don't want to be like gouging deep holes into the crystal, so those ones might have to stay at the bottom, but I might be able to do the rest of it. But I mean, when you look at the outer case, you know, it's missing, it's all, the paint's all chipped and everything. I kind of like that. It shows like how much use the watch has had. But I do think I want to try and get the crystal looking a bit clearer. So yes, I will pick up again tomorrow when that has arrived, and we'll give it a go, see if it makes any difference at all. Welcome to a new day. As you can see, the Polywatch has arrived along with its polishing cloth. I also got with it this machine polishing thingy to go in my Dremel, which I don't know, I'm a bit reticent to use it because I don't want to overdo it, so I'll put that to one side for now. Unfortunately, coming back to this watch, the problem is not fixed. The second hand is hanging up. And I'm wondering if it is still a battery problem, if it's just that there's not quite enough power. I've got a feeling I put the old battery back in amongst taking it apart several times. So it's possible that that's what's happened. I'll try swapping the battery over again, but I'm not holding out hope. I think this is actually an issue. It was completely stopped, and I pulled out the crown and put it back in again, and then it worked for a bit. So let's just try that once more. So I've pulled it out again now, push it back in, and then it seems to run fine for a bit. I think if it was just a dead battery, then it would not be doing that. In any case, if there's more of a problem, then it's something that unfortunately is outside of what I'm going to be able to do today. If anyone watching happens to be a quartz watch expert and knows if there's an easy fix for this, there you go. It's stalled again there for a bit. But yeah, it ran for a good sort of 6 or 7 hours without issue, so I don't know. I've looked and found that the replacement for this would be about 50 quid, so I could just get another one. But I kind of want this one. You know, like I say, the patina and everything on it is like it's the story of me and this watch. I suppose I could get a replacement movement maybe. I don't know how easy that would be to source and chuck it in there. But anyway, just for the purposes of learning and this video, I'm going to polish it anyway. So let's do that, shall we? So you're supposed to apply, I don't know quite how much, that seems like a good amount. Then it says rub it in for about 3 minutes with good pressure. So that is what we will do. I'll try and turn this so that the other camera can see what I'm doing. I did consider actually taking the bezel off so that I don't get the polish on the metal. I don't think it'll make any difference, but yeah, 3 minutes of rubbing this in is going to be quite a good workout for my hands. Okay, there we go. That is 3 minutes. I got another microfiber cloth here to sort of wipe it off with, and hopefully that does it. And actually, my goodness, that really did do the trick, didn't it? It's even got out some scratches that I didn't think were possible to get out. There's still a couple of little, just down in this corner near the 5 marker, there's still a little bit. I could probably work on that a bit more and get that particular one out. Let's try that. Okay, well, it's not come completely out, but actually that's really not bad. Yeah, just one end of it seems to be just a little bit deeper, but I mean, that is so barely noticeable. I'm actually really impressed with how well that worked and how easy it was. I reckon a couple more treatments of that and that would actually come right out. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode. We will put the strap back on. I did use a bit of water to wipe off the strap as well. Got some of the worst dirt out of it. But yeah, this is because it's a NATO strap. It can always go through the washing machine if I want. But yeah, I think other than the mechanical issue, that's been pretty good. I mean, the whole point of the video was just to change a battery, really. So we've achieved that, even though that turned out to not be the issue. We did do that, so you know that's one thing. Then sorting out the crystal and giving it a bit of a clean is another one. But even if it doesn't work properly, I am going to be keeping this watch just because of sentimentalness. But yeah, there we go. Lovely. So the next video actually will be the AliExpress watch build as previously advertised. As I mentioned earlier, I have actually already recorded that video. But yeah, I then realised that this one kind of felt like the one that should be next on the channel, just in terms of a natural progression. So yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to enjoy my slightly broken Timex expedition, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.